Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We just witnessed an impressive game of rugby between the Chiefs and the Blues. The scoreboard doesn't do it justice. It was a phenomenal back and forth game of rugby. In the end, the Chiefs able to get that match-winning try in the last moments of the game. Few big calls throughout this one, and also, a lot of running rugby that we all know and love. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Do appreciate you being here for this post-match review that I am going to be doing of this match. We will start off with who were able to score the try. So the first try of the match was scored by Aotearoa. That was in the 24th minute, and that was off a mistake in the lineout of the Chiefs. Unfortunately, not quite able to get that one right. We have also got Jason in the chat, as said, hi, welcome to the live stream, Jason. Unfortunately for them, not able to get that line out right, but both sides struggled with the line out early on in this match. Then from there, we went into halftime and it was 7-0 to the Blues. Quite a few penalties throughout that first half, but the Blues, they did turn down 5 kickable penalty options. So they could have had possibly 12 points at that stage, but instead they were kicking for the corner. They were working hard, trying to find a gap in that Chiefs defence, but there just wasn't one. The Chiefs defence in this match was just phenomenal, and it was very hard to really knock, but then so is the Blues. They were doing phenomenally as well. The Chiefs had about 17 phases, pretty much twice in a row, and that just shows that the Blues were just able to compress them, keep them in just one area of the field and not let them keep on advancing. I'm speechless, says James Newton as well. I almost am. My voice is pretty much gone from that match because what a win it was for the Chiefs, and now they are on a 2-match winning streak as well, which is huge for them. To go from not being able to win a game last season to now being able to say that they have won their last 2, they are going to be possibly a hard team to stop now. But the second try of this match, in the end, it was scored by Anton Leonard-Brown, was in the 52nd minute. Looked like for a moment that he may not have had complete control of the ball for one of his early tries. I think that's actually the no try. I didn't cross it out in the end. Got too excited, but unfortunately for him, was a no try because he didn't have control of that ball. It had come free. And then from there, the next try in the match was scored by Samisoni Takiaho. What a game that man had. Of course, he was in charge of the lineouts in terms of throwing the ball, but with ball in hand, this man was a beast. He was running like he was a back, as most of the number 2s in the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition can. Picks him up a much-deserved try for this season that he has been working hard in, and he scored that one. So then the Chiefs ended up in the lead by 1 point, I believe it was, because the kick was missed by Damian McKenzie. Speaking of missed kicks, unfortunately, Terry Black not having the best day with the boot. I know of at least 2 that he did miss, and that was very unfortunate for the man. Then the next try was scored by the super sub, Tom Robinson. He is an absolute unit, and he was just on the wing and just went crazy in terms of the pace that the man had. He wasn't being stopped, and he did score the try that got the Blues back in the lead at that stage. But this game just kept on seesawing back and forth, and that is what made it so great. Then we also had a try in the end. I think that was the last try other than the try that Damian McKenzie scored in the 79th minute. And that one was a phenomenal one as well. Match-winning try for Damian McKenzie. Now moves into second equal in terms of the most tries scored. Also bumps himself up a little bit in terms of the points as well. What a game. Damo stealing the W away at the end. Couple Blues fans at the game getting cheeky to the locals, said Johnny Blaze as well. Patrick Tuipulotu's legs are like tree trunks, says Johnny Blaze as well. And that Waikato crowd would have gone absolutely nuts when that final try was scored. Blues should have won, said Henry Samuel. Up the Chiefs, says Adam as well. But it was just a great game to watch. Even though the scoreboard is a little bit low, it was still phenomenal with the back and forth rugby that we did witness. Teams this even in this competition just means that it is going to be very tough for them to be able to pick who is going to be finishing in that second place position. At this stage, it seems the Crusaders are going to finish first. They are on 18 points at the moment. The Blues now sitting on 10. They are still in second, and then the Chiefs move up into third on 8 points for this one. But Damian McKenzie scoring a very good try in the last minute. But every time the Blues tried to just kind of close out the game, you could say, the Chiefs just fought back and they just win the penalty, and then they would end up back in the corner, putting the pressure on But yeah, there are a few standout names in both sides that I am going to run through now. First of all, Quintupaya, Leonard Brown combo in that centre. That is a dangerous pairing, and I feel like they could do a lot of damage in the future. Damian McKenzie, of course, we need to say, had a phenomenal game once again. Damian McKenzie, we are seeing that if you've got a strong fullback in this competition, we saw it in the match between the Highlanders and the Hurricanes. If you've got a strong fullback at the back, he can really shape the game. Him and Caleb Trask working well together as well in that situation. Then we have got the next man I will talk about, Luke Jacobson, once again running hard with the ball when he did have it in hand. Sam Cane making a huge amount of tackles. The man was bleeding, which is how you know Sam Cane has had a busy performance. Eyebrow got well and truly split. And then the next one, Mitchell Brown, did put in the whole 80 minutes, which was impressive from him. Nato Akoi not having his best game, but he still had his moments. And then Angus Tava working hard as one of the props. But Samisoni Takiaho, he is up there for close to man of the match. I feel like him, Tupaya, and Damian McKenzie could almost share that one. But he had a phenomenal game in the number 2 jersey, patrolling the back of the rolling maul very nicely. Also, just having a few very good runs. I will get the stats up very soon that we will get to see how many meters he made. And hopefully they are accurate, because in the last one that we had just after the match, it said Geordie Barrett had made 13 meters, I think it was, from his carries. I still prefer to watch on TV because I can actually see what's happening at the game. It's all a bit of a blur, said Johnny Plays as well, although you don't get that atmosphere at your TV screen, although I was shouting big time here, which was very exciting. Blues don't know how to win the big moments, says God Goku as well. Yeah, unfortunately for them, they have been struggling with the finishing aspect. And the thing there as well is the fact that they had 5 kickable penalties in the first half. You know, scoreboard pressure goes a long way. Like, they could have been sitting at perhaps they're showing the post-match interview and someone's just massaging their nipple in the background. But yeah, it's one of those ones that, like, adding an extra 12 points or so, even adding 9 points to that, then they're sitting at 4 points in the lead at the end of this game. And it's just that scoreboard pressure that can build up and give you more opportunities at scoring. But yeah, defense from both sides was phenomenal in this one, that is for sure, which is where maybe those threes would have been quite useful. But for the Blues, Rieko Ioane, bit quiet in the centres. Caleb Clark looking strong with ball in hand. Didn't really get too much of it in the second half, other than the one run that he had. And after a couple more phases, that is what led to the Tom Robinson try. Then Oteri Black, good game in the number 10 jersey, just not quite good with the boot, unfortunately. Then we have also got Dalton Pavali. He played decently overall, but he did give away 1 or 2 penalties, unfortunately for him. Hoskins to do off the back of the ruck, very good. Also, Akira Ioane, decent. And Tui Pelotu putting in that shift. The overall good game of rugby to watch. I'll be honest, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've lost my voice. Sorry, couldn't be part of the stream as per usual, brother. Appreciate you. I'm out. GG, says Johnny Blaze. No worries, mate. Maybe your kit is a little bit lucky. I've worn it the last 2 live streams and they have won the last 2 games. So maybe someone for another club or another team, maybe you need to send me the shirt if you do want your team to win, because at the moment it has worked phenomenally for the Chiefs. But we will move on to those stats that I will be giving you in a very short moment. We will go to the statistics of this one and see if it is all up to date. Normally these are a little bit off, so do bear with me in that regard. First of all, running meters or meters carried, 469 meters carried for the Chiefs. Then defenders beaten, they beat 24 compared to the 16 for the Blues. And it's one of those ones that the tackles were pretty even. Missed tackles a lot for the Blues. They won't be happy with that, but I did mention that they have got an 80% tackling ratio, and that is probably about where they are actually sitting for this match. So that won't change too much, I wouldn't think. Then we have got the discipline, 12 penalties against them and 9 against the Chiefs for that one. I will quickly make sure that no one has said anything in the chat. We have also got Batman has said the Blues need to drop Harry Plummer at 12. Their midfield is poo, says Batman as well. And yeah, unfortunately, I feel like overall the midfield, like you'd say the Chiefs had the way better game in terms of that because they were very strong. Quintupaya, I'm hoping we have got accurate statistics in terms of how many tackles he made, because he made a lot. And he did also have 92 running meters in 13 carries. They have got 29 meters carried for Damian McKenzie. That is 100% probably wrong. Samisoni Taukei'aho, though, 66 metres as well. So those are actually the three that I said I would give man of the match to. So they played very well. A lot of metres for Mark Talia in this match, as well as Caleb Clark not doing too badly, and Tom Robinson, 44 metres and only 3 carries. Impressive stuff. Quintupaia, he did have 12 tackles in this match. Luke Jacobson, 12. Sam Kane, 15. That's how you know he was bleeding. Mitchell Brown, 13 as well. And then we moved down 20 tackles for Dalton Pavali. That's an insane stat, and I feel like that is actually the highest that we have had throughout the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition so far. We've got Crusaders going to win again, says Batman. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that is for sure. Luckily, we have got the final, though, so we will get to see one more good game of rugby. And if it's anything like these games that we have been seeing, we are going to be in for a right treat. But nonetheless, I think that's almost going to be the end of this little post-match review that I have done of this one. It's just a little short and sweet one. We don't have the accurate statistics yet, so it does make it a little bit difficult. But overall, good game of rugby to watch. Quickly, I will run through it once again. Akira Ioane scoring. Then it was Samisoni Taukei'aho. Then it was Tom Robinson off the bench. And then Damian McKenzie scoring in the final minute. So the Chiefs end up getting, they get the 4 points for this win. And then also Chiefs end up getting, that's who I just said. And then the Highlanders, that's not the Highlanders. I'm too excited for this match. And then the Blues get the 1 point. So they are still sitting in second. So the table at the moment, Crusaders 18, Blues 10, Chiefs on 8, and then it is the Hurricanes on 5, Highlanders on 5. So the big matches next week, I will quickly tell you guys about them as well. The matches next week are going to be, I got me book out. I have to have a wee cheeky geese at this. It is going to be the Crusaders versus the Highlanders. That is going to be on Friday night. And then Blues versus Hurricanes. That's going to be the Saturday night game. So we are in for a treat next week. And then the week after as well, it is going to be the Highlanders versus the Chiefs. That will be a big game. And then also Hurricanes versus Crusaders. Tell you what, we are halfway through this competition already, and I have loved every second of it. Hope you guys have been enjoying it too. And we are only a few weeks away from the final, and also away from Super Rugby Trans-Tasman kicking off, which will be a very exciting competition. If it all goes to plan, of course. It is still a little bit of an up-in-the-air situation, but nonetheless, that is going to be the end of this post-match review. Zat Want has said, World T20 winner 2021. Oh, that's a good question. I struggle to pick, but that is happening later on in the year, isn't it? And it is happening in India. So you'd have to, it's going to be hard to knock back the home side there. But maybe someone like England or maybe New Zealand, Australia, there are quite a few good teams that could get their hand on that trophy. But maybe we will do a few of the T20 World Cup games as well. Perhaps could be an option on the channel. But nonetheless, I will end this live stream now. We will possibly be starting up another one very soon. That is going to be for Super Rugby AU. So be sure to stay tuned for that. That is going to be the Waratahs versus the Reds. Should be a very exciting match. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Do appreciate you all being here. And I will see you all for the next one.